Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more online Total War Warhammer 2 gameplay. We are back with a massive 4 vs 4 online battle on this custom map city, which is of course Marienburg. It should be a really insane engagement, and we are of course using the Steel Faith Overhaul mod. Any other mods you want to find out about that were used in this battle, I'll make sure to link it in the description down below. And obviously a massive thank you to my Discord. If you guys want to be a part of these battles in the future, then make sure to go ahead and join my Discord. Once again, the link will be in the description. So just first off, taking a look at the map itself, we can see we have this really almost Constantinople-esque wall which is going around the outer city, guarding it. Then we have these bridges leading into the city streets, and then finally, kind of I guess for the final stand over here, we do have one more bridge which is actually being garrisoned by Bretonians right now, leading up to this kind of final little stand. Again, this is just a part of the city, not all of it. I think it'd be a bit crazy if we had the other half of Marienburg as well. We also have a really nice like high elf looking area as well, and the high elves are in this battle. So defending, we have dwarfs, we have humans, we have Bretonia, which obviously are humans but not the Empire is what I meant, and we also have the high elves alongside them. Yeah, so high elves, dwarfs, Bretonia and Empire, and these guys look so goddamn cool. The Blackwood Warriors look dope as hell. They look like something out of Lord of the Rings more than anything else. Then attacking, we do have Chaos, Skaven and the Beastmen, who are going to be looking to overwhelm the defenders. And I probably will just say this now, disclaimer, we're probably going to get some lag during this battle. We have over 9,000 soldiers, 5,000 defenders actually, but obviously they're not going to be as good a quality as the attackers, and 4,000 attackers. So it should be really exciting. Let's go ahead and just simply jump straight into the battle. I think there's no point really looking for army comps, as you guys really know what everyone's going to be bringing, and we'll see all the units in the battle nonetheless. I just want to get straight to the action. Let's go ahead and click play and allow them to attack. I think guarding the outer walls is going to be the defense of the battle pilgrims, which are obviously the Bretonian forces, and also some of the high elves. We do have some high elves here as well, the Sisters of Avalon, which are going to be their really nice looking shields. That's actually some dope ass looking shields right there. And then we obviously have more of the Empire soldiers. Actually, no, the high elves are going to be taking the huge position here, along with the support. Oh yeah, we have flagellants here as well. And then we have some artillery making its way over from the Hellstorm rocket batteries. They're going to be looking obviously to get some pretty direct hits on these Skaven warriors. The Storm Vermin with halberds and the Storm Vermin with shields, all taking a big hit. The main assault right here, we do have a squad of 2 Rat Ogres and an Abomination making its way up. The Abomination actually itself has taken a lot of damage straight off the bat. It's down to 2/3 health, which is really good. We have the siege equipment being pushed up across this muddy water, which I imagine will be extremely difficult to make its way up. We also have 2 units of these Death Runners. I imagine these guys are going to try and put their ladders up on them walls and get over there, because once they get onto the walls, I think they'll be very well off. Some of the Beastmen have now finally made their way across the ladders and across the wall, and they're going to be assaulting the Battle Pilgrims, who are going to be trying their hardest to keep the enemy at bay. Holding these walls for as long as possible. Going over here though, we actually have a Beastman already getting their siege towers to the wall, and they're going to be just storming it straight away. And I feel like this right side of the wall has actually already been lost. We now have the Skaven and the Chaos making their way up. You can see the Chaos Chosen with halberds falling up. If I was this unit of Blackwood Warriors, I'd get the hell out of here as the Skaven just come pouring out of that siege tower. We also have the gate going down as well, and just a brave unit of these spearmen holding the gate for as long as possible. They are only large, but I just don't think they're going to be able to keep whatever's coming through that gate at bay for more than a couple minutes, if that. I really expect them to get run down. I'm just so surprised how quickly this outer wall went out. I was expecting more of an engagement, and we can probably already see the numbers dropping heavily for the defenders. Not too bad actually, they've only lost a couple hundred men, whereas the attackers have actually lost a lot more, so that's very surprising. But they still have all these giants and Cygors and Minotaurs and Doom Wheels, and actually a steam tank as well. A Skaven rat tank? Is that even a thing? I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, they are very much into machinery, so who am I to say that that is not a thing? So yeah, you can actually see the entire outer wall completely being overrun by Skaven and Chaos and Beastmen alike. And the rats are simply staring down. So if we go onto the tab menu, which I should really use more because it is really, really useful to kind of look at these huge battles. We can see we have one unit of halberds here from Marienburg, which probably should retreat back right now. We also have some artillery nicely set up across the river. And you can see this artillery is going in. I mean, this is the dwarfs right here. We have a dwarven organ gun right there. And the dwarven organ gun, it has a perfect view right now. If only they could actually hit the enemy position, that would be even better at the gate. Because the gatehouse position is still, operational, whereas I think the organ gun can hit just like around here. We do also actually have some miners bravely going up against the Chaos Chosen, who are just not going to stand a chance. And there you go, they actually are retreating back now. Not being routed, just for simply retreating. And then halberds, now being broken by the Rat Ogres. Over on the far right flank, if we're looking from the attacker's point of view, we actually do have some brave high elves still holding. The Frost Phoenix is there. Oh, it's actually a champion. It's actually a hero unit. You can see this dude right there. Looking pretty beastly on that Frost Phoenix. And we also have some of the Flagellants still up here as well. Wildly throwing their weapons at the Beastmen, trying their best. Take these guys down. But more than anything else, we're just keeping them at bay. And what even are these? Are these like corn gores? I think these are like corn gores, right? Yeah, corn gores. They look really deadly. Very ferocious. Unlike the Slanesh gores, which are just like topless beastmen. It's hilarious. That's how they define Slanesh, it's just topless beastmen. The gate itself, we are actually going to get a mage moving up here. A mage of the high magic. I wonder if she's going to try and cast off anything too crazy. Nice little fire phoenix right here. It's going to run through these rat death globadiers. Not really doing too much damage. I guess that maybe could have been weighted a little bit. The artillery from the Skaven is coming in as well and causing a lot of damage. We have some nice defense right off here, as well as a extended earthblood going off on these Darkspire warriors. And more of the infantry being pushed up from the Blackwood warriors. Just that Dragonfire coming in. Oh my god, that Dragonfire just annihilated like 2 whole units! Along with the Skaven artillery coming in. That was just brutal! Just incinerating them. That's something they need to try and focus down as soon as they can. Luckily, the dwarfs as well, just sitting targets right now. What is this spell? I know it's not going to be good for the dwarfs. Luckily with them type of spells, a lot of people don't realise you just set them a bit further back. But that still did like half this health. Steel Faith magic is just so goddamn good. And more of the men are being committed to try and defend this bridge, but it's a very, very hard task. Still looking over here though, the forces over on this left side are still holding, which is very impressive. We also have some archer units as well, shooting over, picking away a few of these horses. I doubt they'll take out too many of them, because these are Chaos Knights. They normally are quite heavily armoured, but every shot they manage to land on these guys is going to be helpful later on down the line, as I imagine this battle will go down to the wire. But it is a smart move. Moving more of these Chaos Warriors over there to help out is always smart. We have more of the Death Runners fighting against the Flagellants. And the Skaven are just having a hard time beating back the Retonians, which are holding the gate. I mean, these are just battle pilgrims. And we do have an Abomination right there. We have Storm Vermin leading the ranks as more and more soldiers just come flying through that gate. But we also actually have the Dragon back there hitting some of the artillery. This is really smart. Clearing out the artillery is going to help out a ton. The city itself is just looking like, I don't know just how long it can hold out for. It's a really nice looking custom map, though. Very impressive once again from the custom map team. It looks spectacular. It really, really does. Very, very impressive for sure. Skaven are now trying to look on. I think these are sensor bearers, right? Oh no, these are just normal rats. Yeah, just like plague monks being moved up against the awesome looking sisters of Avalon. They're going to be trying to cut themselves off a bit of rat for dinner, I think. More explosions coming in, obviously helping out. I mean, now we do also have the Chaos Knights aiding and abetting this. And also a Vortex spell is going to rip through and probably do more damage to the Skaven more than anything else. But, oh, look at that damage. I think it was actually an allied spell right there. Just going forward, if it can continue to go. Oh, very nice. Right with the Storm Vermin as well. You'll see their HP just drop there. And it's coming back as well. Nice. That was a really, really effective spell. I think we're going to get another one coming out. Yeah, I think we're going to get another one just coming out again, doing the same amount of damage. We also now get some archer fire as well coming out from this far side. We have a unit of Darkspire warriors who are extremely depleted, and just a brave unit of spearmen just looking at the destruction that these guys are causing. I would not envy to be these spearmen, that is for sure. Manpower is still in the favor of the attackers, but not hugely. The defenders have lost a lot of soldiers. The attackers have lost about 1,000 men. About 1,500 men, whereas the defenders have lost close to 2,000. The artillery, though, and this is where the defenders are just going to benefit. They have so much artillery focusing down these kind of massive clumps of units. All the artillery going in, slayers as well. And I'm not sure, when it comes to a doom wheel, like, please let me know in the comments, when it comes to a doom wheel, is it like classed as like basically just like a giant or something like that, or is it classed as like cavalry? I don't really know, because, I mean, it's getting melted nonetheless. I mean, I guess it is made of wood, and these Iron Drakes are ruining it right now, along with the Thunder Fire as well. Oh, this is brutal. Doomwheel is going to get on the back here, though, and actually manage to collide with them. The gunners are going to be in here, but if they can rout it, that's going to be so big. Artillery coming in as well, getting some perfect hits off onto these dwarfs. Doomwheel is really close to going down. A flame cannon is working overtime, probably overheating. And we also have the organ gun as well. I mean, this is when the attackers are going to lose a lot of soldiers as they make their way through here. We actually just have a brave unit of slayers holding the front line against all number of beasts. Trolls, Chaos Chosen, Rat Ogres. They're actually going to fall back as the unit of warriors takes over from them. I guess they want to try and save them for as much as possible. Oh my god, did you see that? Escaping Doomwheel was just ghost riding the whip. Very impressive. Going back over to the other side of the engagement, we can see more and more Skaven pouring in. Luckily though, this unit of Grail Knights actually held the line pretty nicely. And it's going to throw back the Doomwheel. We do obviously have a huge push right here, as the Skaven slaves and plague monks, and obviously also the storm vermin, just fight against the front line of the spearmen from Marienburg. But I mean, they still have a pretty nice defense back here as we get another pretty much direct hit. That was very nice from the cannon fire. Yeah, we still have a fairly nice defense back here, but I think once this right flank crumbles, which I imagine it will very soon, just because of the sheer amount of soldiers we have here, and obviously all the Cygors as well once they make their way inside the city, I think once they break this flank right there, it's going to look very, very bad for the attackers. I mean, granted, there's not actually a lot over on this side to defend it. What do we have guarding this victory point? Just some normal Marienburg units and flagellants, yeah. So once this side breaks, they're going to then be able to move all their units right around through the city and start helping to attack this kind of last little stand that they have going for them. I mean, they're already breaking through though. Now they've pushed up this abomination with the help of the plague monks. They're going to be able to break this, and I imagine these Darkspire warriors as well will not be around for much longer. They're trying to retreat, but the abomination is getting on them. And are they routing? Yeah, they're already routing. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, maybe this defense won't even hold either, because they are, as I said, getting absolutely smashed over here. But I still have hope. I still have hope they will hold the line and keep this horde from burning down the city. It'd be so cool if the units could actually burn down the city as they go. That'd be so much fun to watch. The Grail Knights, I think the Grail Knights are anti-large. They are anti-large, yeah? Yeah, they're just so goddamn good. Look at all them abilities. Anti-large, Living Saints, Superhuman Vigor, Armor and Shield. They're going to be able to keep these kind of corner at bay for some time. Hopefully requesting reinforcements from elsewhere. The city centre has a lot of soldiers set up here, and I think that's kind of a fallback position from this bridge on the right-hand side, which now looks to be completely overwhelmed with the Skaven siege tank. I mean, they are very good at mechanics, right? Like, they are very, at least one of the clans is very mechanical. I mean, well, just look at the Hell Pit Abomination, I guess. That tank is hilarious, though. Just imagine the little Skaven rats working it inside it. Pushing back the last of the Dowie here. The Doomwheel actually still managed to survive. You can just see it roaming around the streets. Oh my god, who the hell is this bad boy? Is this for Brass Built? Yeah, this is for Brass Built. For a second I thought it was like a Space Marine or something running into battle. Imagine that, just an orbital drop of the Space Marines. So this is great for the attackers, right? Even though the balance power is actually shifting a little bit back to the favor of the defenders. This is looking kind of good for the attackers. They managed to secure this bridge, which will allow them just to simply flood in their units. We'll see this huge bunch of infantry and just monsters and even artillery pour into the city now. And because before there was kind of one choke point, right? There was just this bridge choke point, which we're looking at now. Now they can spread out. Now they can go down every single street, use every single avenue to their advantage, and really look to do some damage. This right flank, however, I take it back what I was saying. They are taking them down, but the Grail Knights seem to have held the line really effectively. And was actually going to prompt a little bit of an aggressive move here by Marienburg and the defenders, pushing up the Bretonnian archers, as well as the crossbowmen as well. And I think we're going to see these guys opening up a volley or two onto the rats over there. And they've kind of cleaned this up, I'm not going to lie. I thought this was going down, but it does look like that the defenders have actually managed to win this left side. Holding their ammunition for now, letting the Grail Knights just do their job. See him just taking out rat by rat slowly. Again, Mo, just look at the dead bodies. Look at the destruction along this bridge. You can see this gatehouse has been ruined from artillery fire. But we do have some more Skaven still pushing up. Not a lot of them left, though. To be fair, a lot of them have now been broken. With a few scattered around, a few broken units, which have maybe come back from routing. But the main assault is going to be on this right-hand side right now, or this left-hand side, if we're looking from a point of view of the attackers. And the thing is, they just have so many healthy units, like deadly units left, like this brass ball right now. Now, for the Beastmen, this thing is just going to go ham on these crossbows. Now, the crossbows literally don't stand a chance. And we're actually seeing the defenders leaving these crossbows to die, retreating back because they know they're going to be getting encircled very, very quickly if they're not careful. So I think this retreat is actually really, really smart, getting the hell out of here, saving what you can, and just leave. You're sacrificing a unit of crossbows, which granted will be very valuable, but, you know, whatever. We'll let them just die. Let the brass ball have his way with them. But where are they going to retreat to? That's the thing. There's no one really for them to run because this giant is bounding over, getting closer and closer. We have more Skaven pushing around here, but Doomwheel can definitely cut them off. We also have some of the Chaos Trolls as well, charging onto the Dwarves. This is actually the defense which was holding that right bridge as well. That's really cool. They actually just like got the hell out of there. The Dwarves are like, yeah, we don't want to die here. The Archer Fire coming in as well. And that should hopefully rout the Trolls very, very quickly with the support of the Elves. Forces of Good are just working ham right now. We have a Bright Wizard making his way up as well. Probably going to cast some nice spells. We also have some Master Engineers. I wonder what these guys, probably like the artillery, right? The organ guns. And if they're quick, they can definitely get out of there. The Troll or the Giant has managed to make his way in. Again, just keep on running. Leave the few soldiers alone and get the hell out of here. He's going to try and take out, but I just flee back to the city centre. I don't even know where these guys are going. Maybe just to make a little last stand. Maybe to bravely defend this street. I guess that's what their orders were. Defend this street or die trying. As they do come up against the Aspiring Champions and the Minotaurs. Oh, this is just already going to be bloody. I can't even look. I'm closing my eyes right now, as I know the Minotaurs are going to rip these guys apart. Especially as we have the Giant coming in around the back as well. Like, yeah, that's why I don't get this move here. Because now the Giant's just going to come down. It's going to be all Attack on Titan. Look at him. He's just going to come in and just cut them to pieces with his huge tree. Over on this side, we do have a nice little Screaming Skull right there. And some of the Bestigors going to come in on their chariots. Artillery shots there as well. Archer Fire coming in, trying to rout these Bestigors, which is a smart move. Take a look at the overview map. You can see that the Bretonnians and the Marienburg infantry have actually killed all of this right-hand side for the attackers, giving them just one side left to attack. And that's really when the attackers start to struggle, is when they can't attack from multiple directions, then they start to fail because the defenders can just hold the choke points, keep them at bay. Whereas once you're attacking from every direction, it stretches the defenders very, very thin. And you can see that right here. You know, the defenders are now no longer defending this right-hand side because there's no point to doing that. They are bringing out everything they have to defend this city center, which is extremely smart by them. Instead of just sitting back, they are using this to their advantage. They've beaten back that huge force over there. They can now move their infantry over there, their crossbows, their iron breakers. There's some elite units here. You know, some more iron drakes with torpedoes. That's going to be great at killing the giants. Lots of archers. As well as the silver bullets. Yeah, a lot of really elite missiles. And as well as the artillery as well. We have a couple trebuchets. And also the heroes of Britonia. Pretty badass sounding knight name unit. Very, very cool. Brave, brave men indeed. So yeah, this is a really good move by the defenders to hold this. Because at the moment, as you can see, they're very much having to, you know, just hold this position. And they're doing a great job of it, pushing back a lot of the enemy soldiers. And the dwarves are going to just keep this line intact, especially against even storm vermin. I feel like the dwarves can just do a great job against them. So just go to a more cinematic camera mode. Definitely see more of the elves in the background as well. Forming up, looking to get into a better position. The Skaven can still definitely come out on top here, and the attackers. What they need to do is they need to use every single avenue they have available to them. They need to engage down here, they need to engage down here, engage around there, and then also make their way around here. They can still take advantage and completely surround this position from 5 different ways. And because they have the numbers, that's something they should definitely be doing. Over here on the front line, we do have this is probably my favorite looking unit right now, the Dragon Guard. They just look so goddamn good. Dwellers are below coming out though. The Dragon Guard just looks so good. I love their armor. We have actually Sigvold out there, and the Cygors. Cygors are going to be difficult to take out. By the looks of it, yeah, by the looks of it, they only have some archers. Beside the archers, they don't really have too much to take out these anti-large units. And more as well are coming every single second. You have Minotaurs down there, a lot of Marauder cavalry as well. So it's going to be hard for these Dragon Lords to keep this line. I mean, how's their HP looking? We have the White Dwarf in here. Try and find him on the battlefield. We also have a lot of people retreating as well. The Bretonian Trebuchet bow is coming in for some much needed support right there, doing a lot of damage to the foes. The next line is about to come down. We actually have a few units being engaged by the Slayers, but we have reinforcements on the way. The Dragon Guard sending out the Flagellants first as kind of like a meat shield. The Brass Bull is simply just waiting for his time to get involved though. And the Pestigors, which are up here as well. With the Corngors. The Beastmen are looking to take this avenue. That's kind of cool how everyone's almost split up their forces. So the Beastmen are taking here. We've got Chaos in the center and Skaven around the right flank. That's very, very cool. Archer Fire is pouring out though, doing a lot of damage. Bands of Power is still pretty much exactly the same. Troop number wise, you can see we have 1,500 on the defenders. And that's kind of the first time we've really seen the defenders' numbers drop below the other side. Oh, we have the Skaven tank up here as well. I bet you the dwarfs are regretting ever giving the Empire these steam tanks. The dragon is going to come down and try and crash it, using its ferocious tail and fiery breath to burn out the rats inside. Where are them trebuchets at? That's what I want to see. Volkmar's altar just here. Is Volkmar just no longer here anymore? Oh, this is really cool as well. They're burning people alive. Classic, classic Marienburg. Come on, artillery, you're needed. You are very much needed to unleash some hell. You can see them shots going in. And they should hopefully do a lot of damage. They're actually shooting extremely far as well. And I think it's going to be heavily up to the missiles to take these guys out. But for example, if we go back to the tactical map, we can see if the Skaven or Chaos or anyone was just moving around this flank, they could be taking out all of this artillery right now for free. There's nothing really back there defending it.
The battle is lost. All is chaos.
All is chaos indeed, as we actually have some Storm Vermin making their way back here. Storm Vermin are going to be assaulting the Thunderers and silencing the missiles. We have a brave couple lines of Iron Breakers who are holding these guys back, and obviously also the Dragon Guard as well. The Dragon Guard are going to be doing their best to keep these guys at bay.
We don't forgive.
They do not forgive, and they do not forget. We do have Cygors roaming the battlefield. The Dragon Guard are a sturdy unit who will keep their line even against the elite forces of Chaos Chosen. But Blessed Trebuchets are doing some good damage in the background, and I mean, if these Dragon Guard can hold, I mean, obviously they have to give them the Iron Breakers as well, but all it takes is one of these positions to be overwhelmed, and I feel like this is the position that is going to be broken down, as we have the Brass Bull charging his way forward, actually going to get a nice little hit off on these Silver Bullets, diving into them, sending so many flying. The fact that he's now in is just going to open up the floodgates, and the attackers are going to pour forward here and hit all the guns, because that's what really was saving them, right? Was all the guns that still remained. I mean, granted, there's a lot of missile fire focusing him down, but there's another Gore Ball coming off, hitting these Thunderers now. The White Dwarf actually still remains, which is extremely impressive considering how much he got hit up. The Brass Bull taking a lot of archer fire, but still is just as healthy. And the more of these beastmen who can make their way through this gap and just start surrounding with defensive positions, it's not going to look good for the defenders. They're going to have to start bringing troops back from the fight. And you can even see right here, the Aspiring Champions are making their way forward onto the Iron Breakers. Brass Bull is fleeing for his life, but that's fine. I feel like he made the nice addition right there. He made the breakthrough, which is going to then allow these Pestigors, you know, these giants, just to break the line of the Empire. And now that these guns are stopping shooting, that's going to cause heavy modifiers. The Skaven Steam Tank is still down, thankfully I imagine to these Iron Drake torpedoes, who have just been smashed in the back by a Beastman Giant. Trying to crush these guys. That's probably the best weapon to be using against the Iron Breakers, because they are so heavily armored. You're not going to be able to pierce it with a weapon, so just crushing them to pieces with a huge tree is probably a smart idea, as more of a fighting on the front lines does kick off as we have the Iron Breakers fighting. And I wonder if we're going to see a retreat whatsoever from the defenders, you know, just fall back a little bit more. We do see some of their units breaking away, trying to get back behind the front line of swords. And I mean, I guess one of the nice things for the defenders is that a lot of their units are actually okay in melee, regardless of whether they're missiles or not. Like the Iron Breaker Thunderers can do a decent job, and they actually go toe-to-toe with a lot of the infantry units of, like, say, the Skaven. We also have Bretonnian Champions going in, or Heroes going in. Probably one of the last elite units that are still left remaining. And we also have a Dragon making his way down as well. Both of these units looking for blood, looking just to push the battle in their favour. Anything they can do will be huge. If this Giant goes down as well, that would be really big. Balance power still has not shifted. There's 1,000 men to either side. And we also have a Steam Tank up here. Steam Tank on Steam action. And finally, the Rats are starting to come around their flanks. This was so smart of them. And they definitely should have done this sooner. Now the Rats come around, because it's just silencing a lot of the missiles for the defenders. Yeah, this tank is going to go down very soon. And there we have it. The tank goes down. Artillery still coming out. I mean, I cannot call this battle. Like, it's looking like that the attackers are going to win, but the defenders could definitely come out on top. They have some really healthy units left. Sigvold going in, going to go duel the Steam Tank, because why the hell not? Well, they still have some pretty healthy infantry, and the infantry, like, it's not hard to rout the Skaven or the Beastmen. And you can see the Beastmen are starting to look a little bit decreased in their morale. A lot of these units are holding on by a thread right now, as we do have the Knights of Koron killing a lot of this infantry. And I imagine they're going to be, like, very sturdy, because there's only 60 of them in a unit. And normally what Steel Faith does is when a unit doesn't have a lot of men in it, it's normally you can take, you know, take their word for it that it's going to be pretty elite. Even have this mage who is not used to close quarter combat having to go in, buff the men as much as possible. If this giant goes down, I think they'll be in a much better situation. Because at the moment, it's just allowed to run ruin into this back line of crossbowmen. You obviously also have the Skaven and the Gorbals pushing up. Just these Skaven Stormvermin hitting these crossbows in the side. It doesn't even look like they're reacting yet either. They need to either fall back or like just attack and something. I mean, it's just not looking. I don't know. This battle is still way too close to kind of say it's going to go one way or another. But yeah, there's only 2 minutes left in the engagement, and I honestly could not tell you. We could see a mass rout from the attackers, or we could just see the sheer number of soldiers being slaughtered. There's not a lot left for the attackers, but as I say, there's not a lot left for the defenders either. Only 800 on either side. 100-man difference at the moment. This dragon's about to go down. I think that's going to be. I think we'll see the balance power bar go down when we see this dragon die for the defenders. But also that morale bar, like just looking around the enemy attacking forces, and that morale bar is not great. And that giant's going to go down soon as well. It's obviously getting focused down by a lot of archer fire with the steam tank back there.
A death bow on them.
That giant, yeah, that giant's going to go. Oh, it's so close to routing. One more archer volley might be able to do it. And that might cause a mass rout throughout the entire battle lines. Storm Vermin are trying again, but the Skaven are just routing back there as well to the missiles. And the more they manage to rout, the more men they then get to the battlefield. And this dragon is just not going down. It must be so low. And if they could get like a regeneration spell on it, that would be absolutely huge. There we go. The beastmen are routing on that side, but at least the giant is. The infantry are still holding for now. A lot of these rats are all breaking from the field of battle.
Such unholy resilience.
I honestly don't know how to call this one.
They will pay.
Chaos is still holding. No, but Chaos are going to be the ones to keep the battle line. The dragon is still alive as well. Is this the brass ball? This is just a Minotaur unit with great weapons, which is kind of useful to keep away.
Fight, lads! It's the only way.
Yeah, the Storm Vermin are routing. The brass ball has now been broken as well. What do we even have up here, though? Still fighting. A few of the brave Dwarven Ironbreakers keeping the line steady. Okay, the Beastman goes down. General for the Skaven are about to rout as well.
To the lady's mercy.
Some magic going off in the background, and I guess the battle is over. I guess the defenders win. I guess they just don't have enough. Close defeat. Did this desync? Surely it kind of desynced. I literally done this like a day after it. That's so frustrating. If that was a desync, oh my god. That's so frustrating because I literally did this. I'm doing this a day after they recorded this. So how could a mod have updated in that time? That's really frustrating. However, I am going to give the victory to the attackers. I think the attackers would have claimed a W on that battle. They had a lot left, a lot of big creatures, whereas the defenders only really had a couple missiles left remaining on the field, which I think would have got cleaned up after the infantry line. Now the siege tank would have been difficult to kill, but I think overall the attackers did a great job there. So really good battle. So annoying it desynced, especially because I'm recording this literally a day after they did it. Maybe we're going to have to play with a few less mods or something, because this desync is just crazy. Because I don't think Steel Faith is updated, and I don't think the faction unlocker updated, so it must have been something else, unfortunately. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment. I'll try and bring you guys some less desyncy battles, but again, it's just annoying because none of us know the battle's going to desync until I load it up and start recording it, so it's just kind of frustrating. But I'm still going to upload it because it was a really good battle, and if you did enjoy it, please make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.